What's good? What's good, everybody? It's your boy DP, and we back rolling. Check it out. I was scrolling through, watching YouTube, and I seen Ashton Jeanty, $15 million house. What we got going on here? I was like, I know Ashton. I know my dog. I was like, and I know he got that big bread, about 32 M's guaranteed. Let me see what he looking at it with these cribs, right? So let's go ahead. We'll start it up. Here's the video right here. You see Raiders running back. Ashton Jeanty shops for $15 million mansion.
Can't imagine having a pool this big. I'd probably be on the balcony all day. I'm gonna say 20 million at the least. Ashton Jeanty here. I'm new to Las Vegas. Let's go house hunting.
Hi, Ashton.
How you
Pleasure
doing?
to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas.
Thank you.
This house is brand new. You're looking at about 9,000 square feet.
So we're going to keep this rolling in the background just so y'all can see 18-car garage. That's crazy work. That's a big Ram truck, and look at all that space there. Big old pool. So $15.5 million. Crazy crib, 9,000 square feet. So I'm watching it, and I'm looking, and I watched the full video, right? And we'll talk about some of this stuff. But this is what a lot of rookies or even just pro guys who even got big contracts, they do. They go get that $15 million house, that $20 million house. And they got the square footage that they want. They got all the game rooms. They got the car space. They got everything that they want and need until they want and need that money that came with the contract, and the contract is over, right? So they'll get this big old house, but can't afford it because it's $15 million. But how much is it to keep up with the house, right? How much is it to keep up with the pool? How much is it for the cleaning lady? So a lot of rookies, a lot of guys that get that money go get houses like this. So Ashton, he's going through, it's actually a video with Overtime and Ram, a partnership. I'm going to assume that the real estate people partnered up with them as well. And they're like, hey, let's show off some of these houses and get it sold. Because I know my dog ain't getting none of these houses that you'll see throughout this video right here. But it's a cool thing to see how guys walk through these houses. They get put up at the top of amazing views in these great cities, and they get, so caught up in what's going on and not thinking long term. When you really think about it, it's him and his lady. Ain't got no kids. Ain't got the whole family there. So why would you need all this space when you could save that money, put that money up? But this is no different than how colleges get kids, right? They show you the glitz, the glamour, a lot of things that have to do with nothing with your performance on the field. It's the neon sign, it's the massage chair in the locker room or whatever. But when you in it and you got the money, or you the recruit and everybody's telling you how good you are and you don't think the money will ever end, you go to one of these cribs and you're like, bro, just look at it. Y'all are watching it as he walks through. It's crazy to see what some of these cribs look like. But the worst part about it is most of the time, these houses are going to get taken away from these young men just because you're not going to be able to maintain that lifestyle. And the bigger problem is not only are you looking at a house like this, you're looking at another one in another city, because remember, this is just where he lives to play football. He lives back here in the Dallas, Frisco area when he's at home. So now you got a big crib in Frisco. You got a big crib in Vegas. Before you know it, you bought mom and dad a crib. That money rolling. Taxes is hitting you over the head. And that's the thing that we have to understand for these athletes, that it seems good, and we'll keep rolling through because then they go to another little spot over here. And like I said, these houses are nice. Nice golf course right there. You can see, that's what to get your boy DP. You throw me on a golf course like that, I'm gonna be like, hey, we might have to spend some of that money on it. But back to what we were saying. The houses are nice. The cars are nice. The money, it doesn't stay. Remember, this is a small window, especially for a guy like Ashton. He's a running back. So if you make it to 30, like a Derrick Henry is now, you are the anomaly. We've seen Zeke Elliott come out year 1, year 2, year 3. He was never the same. Todd Gurley, Hall of Fame career, out of there. So that's 2.6. So that's not crazy. But he got 32 M's, right? Guaranteed, plus other sponsorship. But I personally wouldn't put 2.6 in a spot like this if this ain't even just my home, right? It's different if you got one back at the crib. But remember, you're playing running back, a position that has a the shortest lifespan in the NFL. So why would you throw all this money into it? I love seeing Ashton doing this thing with his partnership, like I said, with Ram overtime. This is pretty much helping out the real estate people, right? He got to do his thing with his sponsors, and he got to be where he got to be, go where he got to go. But he's one of the smart ones. Everybody else is not one of the smart ones. They get caught up thinking, dang, this is the life I should live. Dang, this is where I should be at. This is what my family should be doing. Like I said, this is where Mark Davis is at. This is 12. Come on, 12.6. You where the owner at. Hey, I need to be in a different neighborhood. If Mark live here, I don't need to be here. Because that's telling you something. If he here and he paying all of us and he got billions and I got 32 million, I need to go. Let me go a neighborhood over. But I wanted to bring this video to y'all because a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people didn't finish the video. At the end of the video, he's like, yeah, these are out of my price range. And I hope one day to be able to maybe get something like that. Because if you think about it, you get your 32 M's, you get another contract for another 50, 60 M's, right? Cool, we moving. But then what we got going is your investments, your partnerships, your brand deals. Now you moving and grooving. You ain't got to do it, but you'll be in a better space, especially if you set them investments up right. Especially if you had a lot of brand deals, a lot of money coming from outside of football. And then you stack the football on top of it. Maybe one day you're there. But even with the 32 million he has right now, he said, hey, this is out of my range. And he's a smart young man. Let me just show you one of the houses literally across that he was looking at. Where is it at? Hold on. He pointed at it. Looked like a spaceship. Look at that. That thing looked like a spaceship.
If this is 12 million, that's got to be like 15, 20, like for sure. And there's a little mini like house along with it too. I'm gonna say 20 million at the least. If this is 12, but everything in there is big money. It's for sure the best of all the houses.
So Ashton not only talks about the houses that he liked, and he's like, he loves it. He's like, but he's a pool guy. He also talked about when I get my house, he wants to make sure he has a house not just full of amenities that he doesn't use. He was like, if I get some stuff in my crib, I want to use all of it because we know a lot of people spend a lot of money on their houses and don't even be at their houses. Don't get in the pool. Might have a golf simulator, don't use it. People just doing all this stuff with their house, and this ain't just ball players and don't use it. He's like, I'm definitely going to use everything in my house that I put there. But no, this is a great video to show why and how some of these guys get caught up because the views are crazy. The house is crazy. I can have the parties. I can have the girls. I can have my family come on over. I can stun on everybody. I got everything I need right here. Oh, let me put that money down. And before you know it, not even a good year out of the league, that house getting snatched away from you because you can't afford it. So this was a great video for young athletes to watch, to see what you can aspire to be. But you also got to see somebody that got 32 million guaranteed. It's like, nah, bro, this ain't for me. Not yet. But in the future, it could be. So shout out to Overtime for putting this out there, right? Because I want other athletes to see what's out there and what's possible. But I also want to speak on the pitfalls of taking the bait of jumping into something that big. So don't think just because you can buy it, you can afford it. There's a difference. Buying something and affording something is totally different. You got to be able to pay that mortgage, of course, right? But you got to be able to pay for that pool, pay for that electricity, pay for the pool keeper. You got to pay for the housekeeper. It's a lot that goes into it. Buying something and affording something are two different things. But hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Shout out to my boy Ashton. Stay away from all that. But if you do decide to get something out of that way, invite your boy DP. I just want to come over and swim, my boy.